Brandywine's Advocacy Day. This is the day where we invite public officials, those of you who have authority and power, to come in and join us as advocates for the Y, to see and hear all of the great things that the Y does. My name's Tom Hogan. My day job is the district attorney. To be fair, it's my day job, my night job, my day job, my night job. But I'm also a member of the board for Greater Brandywine. And people ask me, why do you choose to serve on this particular board? And the simple answer is that I feel like I owe it to the Y. I was a Y kid. I learned to swim at a Y. The Y is where I used to go to lift and work out when I had free time. Now I'm a Y adult. There's not a single Y in this county that I haven't worked out in. When I am on the road at a scene and I've got a free half an hour or an hour, I run to the Y and I work out. When I travel the United States now, you can walk into any Y, give them your ID, and it's like you're back home. And I hope to be a Y senior one day. I want to be in the Silver Sneakers program. I want my life to be surrounded by the Y, and paying it back is to be a Y advocate and to serve on the board. So today we're going to show you the great work of the Y. And we're not just going to talk about it. We're actually going to let you see the kids like you did today. And let me tell you, they are loud. I can tell you when they're in their locker room and I'm in there changing, and they are just as loud as can be. And I occasionally see other adults like, wow, these kids are loud. I'm like, these kids are having a great time. It's great to see them there. All right? If they get too loud, I'll yell at them, hey, keep it down, get dressed. But you have to appreciate the fact that those kids are there. And we'll talk a little bit about all the things that we do for kids, and you'll get to see some of our kids perform. I see them lining up out there and they're going to sing for you. And I promise you I won't, because you don't want to hear me sing. But I want to thank the people who have come here today, and I want to name a few of them. And people always say, well, where do you start when you've got all these dignitaries in the room? And well, if you're the DA, you start with the chief of police for Triffin Township, Mike Baker, because I know where my bread is buttered. But we also have Gene Braun from the Triffin East Town School District, Guy Shiraki, and Guy, you'll appreciate the fact that I'm one of the people who can actually pronounce your name correctly when I do this. We have Katrina Gonzalez from Representative Committa's office, Mark Heppy from the Easttown Township Supervisors. We're actually in Easttown Township. David John from the Pennsylvania State Alliance. Senator Tim Kearney is here. Thank you, Senator. We have Eugene Kim, the Director of Membership from the Chester County Chamber, who has just started in December. Looking forward to branding that chamber, making sure everybody knows who the chamber is. My cousin, Amber Little Turner. Wave your hand, Amber, so everyone can see my cousin, Senator Toomey's office. We've got James Orem from the Easttown Township Supervisors, Dr. John Sandville, Superintendent from Unionville Child Sports School District. Where are you, John? John, you guys do a great job. We appreciate everything you do. You're a pleasure to work with from the DA's office perspective. Representative Melissa Schusterman, who was making fun of me for not going outside quickly enough when the kids were singing. So, you know, representatives, boss, we like that. We like our representatives to take charge. Hans von Mol, who was a constituent service advisor, Representative Williams, and Representative Christine Howard, and then Nikki Whitlock from Senator Reed's office. So thanks to all of you for being here. What our hope is that at the end of the day, you will be advocates for the Y. And you are in positions where your voice is loud. We appreciate your support, and we hope after what you see in here today, you will become advocates and join all of us in telling people the wonderful things that the Y does. And with that, I'll hand it over to the chairman, Ken Goodoo, and he'll tell you a little bit more detail before we get to the kids singing. Ken?
morning. Good morning. Thank you all for coming today. I'm going to try and speak without the mic. It's a little challenging, so you have to hold it very closely. So if you cannot hear me in the back, please raise your hand and let me know when I'll attempt to use the microphone. As Tom mentioned, I'm Ken Goddard, and I'm the current board chair for the YMCA of Greater Brandywine. And I want to welcome you to our Advocacy Day. Thank you for coming out during the little rainstorm. I guess it was unexpected. Certainly I didn't expect it. I have no umbrella with me. As a board member these past few years, and as a banker for many more, I have come to understand the impact the Y has on our community, the investment that has been made in our facilities, our programs, and our people over the past 100+ years. I continue to be amazed at how our Y touches over 10,000 people each and every day in Chester County. I could stand here and tell you about the 100+ programs that we provide and the impact that the Y has had in the community, but I'll let you discover that for yourself as you listen to the speakers today and then see later on our branch tour. Today I'd like to briefly share some of the highlights about our local association, the YMCAs. Watching over 500 campers start their day this morning would have been a great place to start, but the weather didn't quite cooperate. We got to see the opening, but you didn't get to see all the campers actually provide. The Y is known globally for providing summer camp experiences to kids and to teens. Many of you in the audience, including Tom, may have fond memories of going to camp as a kid, learning about nature, learning how to swim, or just making new friends. What you may not know is that many of the working parents in Chester County count on the Y Summer Camp as a safe, affordable place for their kids to grow and learn while they are at work. I would be remiss to say that summer camp is comparable to child care, but it is a wonderful experience for our youth and a fun, educational support program for our working parents to have when school is absent. Throughout the year, the Y is the largest child care provider in the county and in the state and also in the country for that matter. And that's a fact that a lot of folks are not aware of. You may be also surprised to know that over 10,000 people each day come to one of our 8 branches in Chester County seeking wellness and belonging. And our Ys employ 2,000 employees. We are the 12th largest employer in Chester County. We have over 80,000 members as part of the YMCA of Greater Brandywine. For the past 2 years, we have awarded nearly $3.5 million in financial assistance. That means no one is turned away from our Y because of inability to pay. We help over 11,000 individuals and families afford access to health, to wellness, education, and community each year. At the YMCA of Greater Brandywine, we offer something for everyone and strive to provide a gathering place where families can play together, stay connected, where youth and teens can build character and leadership skills, where seniors can find companionship and improve their health, and adults can find community, well-being, and support. Today, you'll hear about the Y's 3 programmatic pillars or focus areas, and they are youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. Afterwards, I welcome you to stay and take a tour of this amazing 54-acre facility here. You'll see what makes our Y uniquely poised to serve the diverse needs of the community. I'll close by saying this. On behalf of the YMCA, we are delighted that you are here with us and chose to support us to truly impact the lives of children and families throughout the region. Given the social and political climate of today, never before has your support been more crucial to ensuring that the YMCA can provide programs, services, and opportunities for our neighbors, for friends, co-workers, and families. I want to thank you again for investing time today to learn more about how important the Y is in our community and for all in our community. I am Ken Gotti, and I am an advocate of the YMCA of Greater Brandywine, and I hope you will be too. At this point, I'd like to welcome Janine Brandberg. Come up, please, Janine. Now,
Good morning. song is entitled When I Grow Up. Matilda will be our fall production with the Upper Main Line YMCA Community Theater. Enjoy.
When I grow up, I will be tall enough to reach the branches that I need to reach to climb the trees you get to climb when you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will be smart enough to answer all the questions that you need to know the answers to before you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will eat sweets every day on the way to work, and I will go to bed late every night. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will watch cartoons until my eyes go square. And I won't care, 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up, I will be strong enough to carry all the heavy things you have to haul around with you when you're a grown up. And when I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown up. And when I grow up, I will have treats every day, and I'll play with things that mums pretend that mums don't think are fun. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will spend all day just lying in the sun. And I won't burn, 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown up. When I grow up, it doesn't mean that you have to be there. If you always say things on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. When I grow up, it doesn't mean that I'm written for me. If I think the ending is fixed already, I'm going to stop and say I think that it's okay, and that's not right.
Can we hear it one more time for them? Once again, my name is Janelle Brandberg. I am the Arts and Humanities Director here at the Upper Main Line YMCA. Besides our amazing growing theater program, we also have over 200 dancers in our School of Dance program. To say that the performing arts are alive and thriving is definitely an understatement. My productions cannot happen without 80 parent volunteers who help me every single step of the way. They help over 100 actors, ages 5 to 75, grace the stage, and those parent volunteers are helping me change lives of children every day. I would like to talk briefly about one little girl in my program. Her name is Claire. And when Claire was 7 years old, she and her mom were walking in the front doors here at Umley, and they saw a sign for the Little Mermaid auditions. Claire turned to her mom and she said, "I want to do that." So Claire came into auditions that day. She walked in, she was nervous, she was scared, and her eyes never left the floor as she sang the song Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. She finished, she turned, and she left, and she walked right out the door. So fast forward to rehearsals. Rehearsals started a few weeks later. Rehearsals weren't easy at first for Claire. She was uncomfortable, she didn't have any friends. She often sat in the back of this room that you're sitting in and kept to herself. As rehearsals went on, week after week, Claire began to find her voice. She made friends. She was more and more comfortable with me and with over 100 children that she hadn't known before the rehearsals started. Claire's mom shared with me after one of the rehearsals that her daughter knew every single word to every single song in The Little Mermaid, and that her daughter sings Under the Sea on repeat every single day. Claire is now entering T Middle School, and Claire has also just finished, she's been in 8 of my shows now, 8 of them. During one of my productions, Beauty and the Beast, I gave Claire the opportunity to sing in a duet. Okay, this is a very big deal. Opening night, the girl that Claire was going to be singing with got terrible stage fright and couldn't go on. So picture this, we're standing backstage, waiting to go on, and Claire's counterpart, she's like, "I can't do it, Miss Janelle, I can't do it." Claire looked at me, "I got this, Miss Janelle." And I watched her walk on stage and take her mark and sing all by herself, and she was definitely a shining star. Claire's mom wrote me a letter after that performance, and I would like to share a few words of her mother that her mother wrote to me. "Dear Janelle, never in a million years would I have dreamt that my quiet, socially delayed little girl would find a home on stage. Claire often has trouble finding the right words to say when speaking with her peers. However, when you give her lyrics to sing, lines to say, and choreography, she seems to come alive. Watching my daughter up on that stage, I can truly see the little girl that is hiding inside. The one that says, 'Look at me, Mom. Look what I can do.' The Upper Mainline YMCA Community Theater program has been one of acceptance and inclusion, a place where you can come as you are and be who you are and not be judged or ridiculed. Excuse me. It has given my daughter a sense of community and the ability to establish friendships she otherwise may not have been given the opportunity to make. Our family is truly blessed to be part of such a special program." These are words that I want you to take home with you, and think of Claire. There's thousands of Claires, in our association. A lot of our camp children, they find their spark on the basketball court, tennis courts, in our pools. There are also, so many children that are finding their spark in the dance studio and on the stages with the theater program. Thank you so much for listening. Enjoy the rest of the day.
kids have great potential. At the Y, we work every day to help all children set and achieve both personal and educational goals. We take a holistic approach in developing the social, emotional, academic, and physical well-being of youth. We cultivate the values, skills, and relationships that leads to positive behaviors, better health, and educational achievement. Thousands of children and teens across Chester County build skills and confidence as they develop their talents, explore new interests, and find new passions here in the Y. We don't just teach swimming lessons or soccer, we empower kids to reach their full potential. Through participation in Y programs, kids learn how to build relationships, practice empathy and emotional management, be more responsible, and grow personally. We offer leadership and academic enrichment programs, including Youth in Government, Believe and Achieve, and Power Scholars, which demonstrates our dedicated efforts towards the academic achievement gap for low-income youth. We ensure that every child has an opportunity to envision and pursue the best possible future, and are ready to engage the world as a leader, a scholar, an athlete, a productive member in our community, and a friend. I'd like to share a little bit more about Power Scholars. A few weeks ago, we wrapped up our 4th year offering this program. Power Scholars is an evidence-based academic program provided for 5 weeks over the summer. The goal is to reduce summer learning loss and to provide skill development, build confidence, provide enrichment activities, and to expose the scholars to a variety of community experiences focused on workforce development. Coupling academic rigor, career and college readiness with field trips, and a whole lot of fun, at-risk kids have an opportunity to succeed on their own terms and in ways that they may never have imagined. The program was provided to 175 1st through 5th graders this year at 3 of our branches in Coatesville, Jennersville, and Westchester. These kids were identified by school staff as being at risk of falling behind academically. This due to a variety of factors that might adversely affect their success. The Y provided meals, backpacks, books, and programming to each participant, resulting in an average gain in academic performance in both math and reading skills over the summer months. Along with the child's growth, we also saw strong parent involvement. Please see the Power Scholar Impact Report in your goodie bag for more information. It's important to note that this program is fully funded for charitable donations. We were able to raise funds through local grants, corporate sponsorships, and donations to provide this program to the kids at no cost. We're very proud of the hard work demonstrated by the scholars and the staff who provided them with leadership and support. Power Scholars is only one of the many ways we support the health and well-being of our Chester County youth. We also provide non-traditional leadership and confidence building programs, as Janelle just shared with you, in our theater and arts program. She always has the best mission moment stories, and I'd encourage you to attend one of the theater performances in the fall. It truly is something special to see and be a part of. Everything we do encourages and empowers kids to be healthier, connected to their communities, and gives them the tools to be better advocates for themselves and their families. I hope you'll join us and be advocates for the great work being done to support kids in Chester County by the YMCA of Greater Brandywine. Now I'd like to introduce Terry Edgar, who's going to talk about healthy living.
Good morning. I'm Terry Edgar. I'm the Executive Director at the Westchester YMCA. But my story with the Y didn't start at the Westchester Y as an Executive Director. All of these nostalgic things are pretty amazing to see and watch. I grew up at the Y, and the Y was my second home, really. And it's something that I love to do still in my role at the Westchester Y as Executive Director. One of the things that we do beyond kids is work on healthy living. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that and some of the things that we're doing around our pillar of healthy living. In communities around the country, the Y is a leading voice on health and wellness, and it's something our nation really needs now more than ever. In the past 10 years, the Y has driven innovation in the prevention and control of chronic diseases to save lives and to reduce healthcare spending. It may surprise you to know that YMCA partners with the CDC, as well as local and regional healthcare systems, to invest in intervention strategies that address the leading causes of death and disability. And those include diabetes, cancer, arthritis, heart disease, and obesity. I was fortunate to be able to help pioneer the Live Strong at the Y program at the Westchester Y. We now run this program at 4 branches across our association. The research that was done to provide the program told us that people who go through this program who are cancer survivors improve their cardiovascular function, their strength and physical fitness, while also reducing fatigue. And probably one of the biggest things that happens in this program is the participants get a sense of community with other survivors. It's a really amazing program to watch. I would encourage you to reach out to any of the branches that are running it to be able to see it in action. Also, with 84 million Americans today living with pre-diabetes, including half of all of our seniors, our YMCA Diabetes Prevention Program helps adults with a high risk of developing diabetes reduce that risk from progressing. In fact, the WISE program has been shown to reduce new cases of type 2 diabetes by 58% in individuals under the age of 60 and by 71% in individuals over 60. In 2018, Medicare started covering the cost of delivering the Y Diabetes Prevention Program. It's just that good of a program. In addition to partnering with the CDC and Medicare, we also partner locally. When Senator Tom Killian successfully sponsored a bill mandating hands-only CPR in high schools across Pennsylvania, he and the Independence Blue Cross Foundation came to the Y. They came to the Westchester Y on Airport Road to announce this new legislation and applaud the YMCA for its efforts. We train every single one of our almost 2,000 employees in CPR, and it has paid off time and time again. As advocates of healthy living, we offer programs to strengthen the mind, body, and spirit. They range from gentle yoga to the most intense body combat classes, self-expression through arts and humanities, which we just saw in person, to teaching everyone to learn to swim, to building connections at senior socials, to all of our programs for those with diverse abilities. We walk our talk, and we are for all. I hope you'll be advocates for all in our community too. It's now my honor to introduce Karina Olavencia, who just spent time in London attending the 175th birthday of the YMCA, and she's going to talk a little bit about her experiences. Thank you.
Hello everyone, thank you Carrie. My name is Karina Olavencia. My Y journey started 3 years ago. I started as a camp counselor at the Oscar Lasco YMCA, and from there I took on a variety of jobs, and I'm now the administrative assistant at Oscar Lasco. In addition to my work at the Y, I am also a student at Westchester University pursuing degrees in music and youth empowerment and urban studies. This past week, I had the privilege to go to London and attend the YMCA 175th anniversary youth conference that they held to celebrate the birthday and just kind of all of the work that the Y is doing globally. So I just want to talk a little bit about my experience. I was the delegation lead, so I represented the YMCA of Greater Brandywine, and along with me came 2 youth that got their start in the youth and government programs that we run here at our branches. There are lots of amazing things that I could take away from this trip. And the biggest thing for me was being able to see the youth that I was with come out of their shell and learn how to apply the tools and the skills that they learned in the program here on a global level. They were able to network, make connections with people across the world. We met people from the Peru Coalition that we work with other Ys, and just be able to see them just kind of like learn what they're passionate about and what they want to talk about and what they wanted to bring back to the United States and kind of implement in their own lives and implement into the community around them. And for me, as someone who has a passion for working with youth and wants to continue to develop, that really just kind of put me in to, like, I was sure that this is what I want to be doing. To kind of wrap this all up, I'm just really excited to see the work that we do as individuals and as a group as we come back and we're able to reflect on our time in London, we're able to reflect on the people that we met, the workshops that we attended and what we gleaned from them, and how we can apply those things that we're passionate about and apply the change that we want to make in our communities and apply that into our lives here. And thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Is everyone dried off? My name is Brian Racich. I am the Associate Executive Director here at Upper Mainline YMCA, and I'm here to share with you a unique program that we have here at Upper Mainline Y that supports our social responsibility initiatives. That is our environmental and STEM education complex. Started over 20 years ago. This is a program with multiple classes, workshops, camps, that we engage children and families to transition from screen time to green time, getting kids in the great outdoors. Time and time again, studies have shown kids are just become better people. They do better in school when they have that structured and unstructured playtime engaging the great outdoors. And here at Upper Mainline Y, that complex includes the Cassat Preserve, 20-acre preserve here on these 54 acres, includes the headwaters of Darby Creek, has over 5 miles of trails, woodland, meadow, wetlands, and has a diversity of wildlife that includes over 160 bird species alone that have been observed and documented here on the property. Includes our nature center, which used to be the former Cassat stables and garage next door. Then we have live animal exhibits, educational exhibits in there. Our barnyard and farm plot and gardens. We have, through our sustainable agriculture initiative, engaging children to know where their food came from. And that includes the barnyard, that we have chickens, sheep, goats, we have our multiple gardens, and a year ago we started our community garden initiative, allowing our members who may be living in an apartment, a condominium, that may not have an opportunity of having space to grow their own garden, that they can do it here at the Y. We also, in the past year, opened up our Birds of Prey Center that we include in this educational concept, non-releasable birds of prey. And one of our staff, Michelle, is one of our raptor handlers and educators. As a special guest, we want to bring out, introduce to you guys. He's getting a snack to coax him in there.
He always takes entrance like that. Look at our snack on the way out.
So Michelle, who is this ambassador with us today?
This is Flynn. Flynn lives here with us. He is, like Brian said, on our education team as an ambassador. He's a red-shouldered hawk, as you can see by his red shoulders. So he would be found in the area. These are one of the most vocal hawks that live around here. You'll often hear them before you see them. Has anyone ever seen one? Yeah. Did you hear it first? Sometimes he vocalizes. He's quite loud as well.
And how did he come to us?
So sadly, Flynn was hit by a car, and I always like to tell the story of, probably somebody was driving and they were eating an apple, and they thought, oh, this core is biodegradable, I'll just toss it out the window. I have to say, I've done that myself, not in the last couple of years, once I learned that story. But what happens is, rodents will go after that apple core, and then these guys will chase after the rodent. And unfortunately, they have such tunnel vision when they hunt that they really don't see the cars. It happens quite often. We actually have another bird here who was also hit by a car. But this guy somehow remained mostly unscathed, except he's blind in his left eye, so you can kind of see. So what happens is somebody kindly found him probably injured on the side of the road and took him to a rehab, where they checked his health, rehabbed him back to feeling good. And then they'll do live prey testing. They'll actually put him in a really large aviary with live prey and see how many times he can actually catch. And unfortunately, there's a certain number they're looking for, and they will not release him. So then he becomes a candidate to be an ambassador, and that's where we came in. So he's been here a little over a year, and I'm sure, Brian and Tony and Janelle, everybody can attest to, in the last year, I get emotional over, he's really just grown into this role. He's a fabulous ambassador. He's gone to schools, senior centers, weddings, he's come to functions, he's been at board meetings for big global companies. He is really
For those of you that may want to stay afterwards for tours, we have two others. We have a red-tailed hawk and a great horned owl. These are non-releasable birds of prey, as Michelle explained. Due to injuries, they would not make it in the wild, and they became candidates to become educational ambassadors. So it's through our programs, and especially with children. Janelle mentioned that spark. When children come to the YMCA, those families may not be knowing their child is going to find that spark, but in the 20 years of this program, we have had our quote-unquote kids go on to become engineers, environmental scientists, and I'll say the most honorable career of teachers after being in programs with the wonderful staff such as Michelle, these wonderful ambassadors that we have now as part of our Raptor Center. Sorry, Flynn. But this is another unique way that the Y reaches children and building our future in the areas of environmental and STEM education. All right. Well, I have the honor of now introducing our president and CEO of YMCA of Greater Brandywine, Denise Step.
So I'm the ambassador for healthy living. I too was in London, except I decided to go out for a run and on a healthy living experience of my own and fell on my knee. So that's why I'm here with crutch here today. But you've heard a lot about the wonderful programs in which the Y is doing across the county and such, and you can see I'm extremely proud to be the president and CEO for the YMCA of Greater Brandywine and to work with this wonderful staff that we have and just passionate folks that really are caring and empathetic and love giving back to the community and being role models and mentors for the kids. So it's great work. I really appreciate you taking the time to come and to learn more about the Y and our role throughout Chester County. Did you learn something that you didn't know? Were you surprised by anything? I know you didn't expect to see an owl come in, not an owl, the hawk come in probably, but I hope that you did. As you all know, Pennsylvanians are concerned about their quality of life, issues of unemployment and health, addiction, access to quality education, poverty, negative youth behavior, and quality of family life affect the strength of our community. And no, I'm not running for public office. Even though Chester County is a vibrant and affluent community, there's still poverty, there's despair, and there's unmet need. With a 160-year track record locally, the Y acts as a long-standing partner and community anchor that always addresses the nation's most pressing social and health-related issues. Every day, we work side by side with our members, our funders, and our neighbors to make sure that everyone, regardless of age, income, belief, or background, has the opportunity to learn, grow, and thrive. As the speakers before me shared, the Y is much more than a gym and swim. While not likely the visible aspect of the Y, we provide access and services to over 80,000 people in this community each year. And as we gathered here this morning, over 2,700 children are in our care throughout the county in child care or summer day camp. We subsidize the cost of care for many of these children in our programs when our local families can't afford it, and they still need a safe place for their kids to go so that they can work and enjoy giving back to their family. At the Y, we believe we can help the community through these three major pillars that were highlighted: our youth development, health living, and social responsibility. We know that lasting and social change comes about when we all work together. That's why our cause is strengthening community. We have programs for everyone, and we are here for all. That for all is an important piece that we find, especially in today's time, is greatly needed to bring everybody together, to work together and to find community. So finding that opportunities for wellness, education, and belonging, infants through senior citizens. We talked a lot about the kids today, but you wouldn't believe the number of seniors, and our fastest growing population in service area are definitely the seniors, and the stories we can tell you about finding community and belonging and finding a place where they can really I say with some respects, I don't wanna say we've taken the place of the church, but they're finding that type of community and belonging here and connecting, like I've never seen before in my 33 years. So it's very rewarding to see the people keep coming back to us. So we're constantly innovating within our programs and developing new additions in response to community needs. It's pretty new to us, all the arts and humanities that is going on. As Janelle shared, it's our fastest growing youth program. 10 years ago, we weren't doing arts and humanities. So we're continuing to always look at where's that community need, what is it that the kids want to engage in, where is their spark, and how can we make sure that we're giving them something positive to do. So recently we began reviewing our facilities, our programs, and our staffing models to determine if the size and scope of our community needs and our size and scope, that we're able to meet those needs. So we are working on some master planning right now so that we know that we will be here in perpetuity to serve this community. So we have to be innovative, and we have to be resilient, and we have to be relevant in our program delivery. To that end, we also find the resources to do that, the need to find these resources. Many of you in this room have been supporters of the Y, and we thank you for that. And I'd especially like to thank Representative Carolyn Committa's office for her support. She couldn't be here, but she did send a representative. She helped us secure funding to be able to offer the Power Scholars program this summer, to hire a behavioral specialist to work with our kids and the new things that we're seeing, to be able to make sure that we're able to deal with some of these issues, and to provide additional camp counselors to guide kids through the rough times. With her support and DHS funding, all of these services provided at no charge to our families. We also benefit from the Earned Income Tax Credit Program. It helps to subsidize the child care for needy families and also the environmental education programs that Brian spoke about. We are a cause-driven 501c3 charity, and we raise all of our funds through contributions, programs, and membership fees. But we currently receive very little public funding. At the Y, we talk a lot about impact, our impact in the community and our impact in people's lives, and the combined impact on society. Remember, when you advocate for the Y, you are supporting a 160-year-old community organization that provides programs and services to the community regardless of their ability to pay. You're advocating for our 1,700 staff and our 80,000 members. Now that is impact, especially when we award over $3.5 million in assistance annually to help those that otherwise could not afford programs and services. So as you tour our facility, I hope you'll take a little more time. I know we've taken a lot of time from you today. We hope that you've learned a lot more, but that you'll also be a stronger advocate for the YMCA in the community and in your spheres of influence, and help us tell our story. One of the hardest things that we have right now is the fact that we have so many great things going on. We don't have just one story. We didn't even talk to you about our Safety Around the Water program and how many thousands of kids we're keeping safe and teaching water safety programs to. We didn't talk about the Believe and Achieve program at our Otley Center, the free before and after school program. We didn't talk about all the kids getting financial assistance, and even begin to talk about the senior program. So you can see it's really hard to try to figure out what is that story that we need to tell, and how do we make sure that everybody understands that we're not a gym and swim. It's just one aspect of what we do. So we really need you to be advocates, and we ask you to please tell our story and to please share that and to learn more. So thank you for coming today. I think we've got 3 tour guides that are here to help if you're interested, and at least go this way and see some of those animals and some of the kids. We hope that you'll do that and that you'll enjoy some more refreshments. So thank you all, and we appreciate it.